Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. I just finished up with a little pre-shuffle for you guys. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Weird. So let's see what Spirit has to say today. Getting towards the end of October, almost Halloween. This is my favorite time of year. Okay, Spirit. Let's start out with, tell me, tell me Collective's overall energy right now. What are they, how are they vibing today? I usually don't leave my window open, but it's especially smoky in here. Thank you, Spirit. Please tell me what it's what's Collective's vibe right now. What are they feeling today? Thank you. This is good. So it seems like you're feeling pretty grounded, independent. This feels very like peaceful. And you might have a little underlying feeling like something's missing. Like, yeah, you want to go in search of something, or, yeah, you're a little, like, bored. So maybe you're just looking for something, to make you feel like something, like, fulfilling. Interesting. Bottom of that deck is the Tower. Alright, thank you, Spirit. We'll see how all this plays in. Tell me, what does the collective need to know? What do they need to know right now? What's going on? Maybe this feeling of like boredom and stagnancy. Stagnancy? I don't think that's a word. And feeling like there's more to life or something, like something like along those lines. Maybe that's starting to affect your life more than it was initially. What do they need to know? I have a couple more, please, Spirit, for what the collective needs to know. Maybe that's what you need to know. You need to open up your heart. What are you doing? Hey. Well, I'm not going to force it either. So I think what you need to know is you are being given the gift of love. The Five of Pentacles. But I think feeling the Five of Pentacles, feeling of lack and isolation, but I think you're putting yourself in the isolation. What's something that they don't see coming? What's something that they don't see coming right now? Two of Pentacles. Thank you, Spirit. What else do they not see coming? Seven of Wands. A lot you don't see coming, guys. I don't think that was. Okay. So what it looks like you don't see coming. You know, if this is true, what you need to know is you have the gift of love coming in. But you have to, you know, open your heart and let it happen. I think this is you maybe, you know, debating over that idea. You know, you have your guard up, your boundaries up, you're kind of like in defense mode. I don't know if King of Wands is representing you or the other person. It could be either. It could be just being like, you know, it could be him, not him, because he's a king. It could be you or them, like leading with passion, and it's kind of overwhelming you a little bit. So you might end up, if this seems like too like real, but also maybe too good to pass up, you're gonna have to kind of like go within yourself and take everything that you know and put that towards what you really want for your future, you know. And I think if that's the case, this is like, you have to like, this is non-negotiable, you know, whether this is business because the Pentacles, or if it's, you know, the relationship, but the gift of the love, it could be, you know, the confidence in yourself to take this leap into a job maybe you didn't think you were ready for, you know. It kind of could go either way. You have to really think about what you want to put out there for what you want for your future. And then, you know, Page of Pentacles, I think you do have that, you are working towards something tangible. And this is just the beginnings, and it ends up with you, like, going after, taking action towards your passion. But it all starts with if you open up your heart enough to let all this happen. And again, whether if it's a job, it's like you have to stand in your confidence and take this opportunity. Don't let it pass you by because you think you can't do it. And if it's the relationship, I think you have to give up the ghost. Stop being so defensive. Yeah, and then we get the star. So heading towards your dreams, your destiny, your hopes, your desires, your goals. Being so grounded and independent up in your high tower all by yourself, yeah, something's missing. And you don't like anything that's really surrounding you. So, Spirit's saying, stop isolating yourself. And when the opportunity comes in, you have to recognize it and take it in the proper way and show that you've learned from your past mistakes. Mm-hmm. Five of Wands for the bottom of the deck. Yeah, there's definitely I feel like it's going to be inner turmoil. I think there could be, depending on the situation, there could be turmoil surrounding it and people not seeing eye to eye. If you're leaving one job to go to another job, or I don't know, depending on who the person, if it's a person, what's going on with them, the people surrounding them. Alright, let's see, what is some guidance? Alright, sorry, I had to pause it for a second. My daughter got up. So, some guidance for my collective about this. Please give me some guidance here. Tower. Yeah, I think that's calling you to create your own tower, because it's going to be uncomfortable for you to probably change your ways and kind of put yourself out there a little bit. It's going to disrupt this little hermit life you've created for yourself. Please can I have some more guidance for collective spirit? Yeah, so I think for your guidance, I think, like I said, I think it's, let that tower come down. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it needs to come down. You need to get burnt out. Come back into your community. Have some give and take, some balance in your life. It's not, you can't stay isolated all the time. You can't work and go home and work and go home. Go out and find what it is you feel like isn't missing. Whatever that looks like for you, whether it's love, whether it's a passion, a job, whatever fills your cup. And get into your Queen of Wands energy, that passion, that go get 'em, take action, have fun energy. Most of all, have fun. That's what we do. Queen of Wands, we have fun. Yeah, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but it'll be fine. And then, let's see. Yeah, bottom of this deck, Ace of Swords. Move forward with a new way of thinking and enlightenment, and the knowledge you've gained from being in this hermit mode, because you've clearly been that way for a reason. So that's what I think. And give me a message from their future self, Spirit. A message from future self. So for whomever out there, I don't see anything crazy. I see that you're pretty stable and you're independent, and this is too much. Too much. But you just kind of, I don't know, you get that antsy feeling, that itchy feeling, that bored feeling, like when you're a little kid and you have nothing to do, when you're hanging upside down on the couch. And like you're empty, there's a void someplace. But again, it's because you kind of put yourself in this situation of isolation. And what you need to know is you need to open up your heart in order to fill that cup. Down. Yeah, I think you, yep. So your future self is saying, you do take a chance, and you do put an ending to that, dark, kind of isolated way of thinking. And, you invite in love and the Ten of Cups, and you get the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. But you have to open your heart. Look at 10, 10, 10. Having the courage to put an ending to this brings about your happiness and abundance. You have to take a chance. Yeah, so maybe this is representing the other person, since you're being represented by the Queen of Wands. Ooh, bottom of this deck is 5 of Wands again. So yeah, so it's not going to be easy. I don't think it's going to be easy, but it's worth it in the end. You have the Star, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles here. Yeah. Well, my friends, that's it for this reading. I think I'll leave it here. So if you're feeling like antsy, you want to make a change, do it. Do it. You know, Spirit's telling you, open up your heart and stop being so guarded. Crash that tower down. Self-destruct. Get out with your people, your community. Be a little more give and take. Get off your high tower, you know. It's not going to come to you. You have to go out and look for what you want. Like the Queen of Wands would, with this new way of thinking, new enlightenment, you know, new ideas. And once you do that, and open your heart, I think this opportunity does come in. And I think you're like, I don't know, because you're guarded, and you're like, well, you think about it, and you're like, okay, well, here's the plan. I'm going to put out a plan. Here's my boundaries. Here's what I want, blah, blah, blah. And after you do that, you know, you take a start forward, and you work on it, and you take action to go towards your dreams. And your future self is saying, because you did that and put an end to everything, you're coming into your happiness and your abundance, you know, eventually. Who knows when this future is? But if you stay on this path and you keep making those decisions for yourself, that might be hard. It might be like ripping the band-aid off and hurt in the moment. You'll keep progressing forward. There's going to be, you know, disagreements. People aren't always going to see eye to eye, but that's part of life. What matters is how you kind of get through it. And all the underlying cards here are like, you know, fives. You go from all fives to all tens. You know, the tower. This is all the underlying, but how you deal with it is all moving forward, which is great. And that's the only thing they can ask you to do. I don't see you regressing after coming up with these hardships. I see you being very stable and thinking about it, and, you know, in your hermit, making plans, not like, oh, woe is me. So there's no, you know, 7 of Cups here. There's no confusion. There's no illusion. You know who you are. And that might be half the problem. Again, your standards might be, I never want to say your standards are too high, because there's no such thing, but I think you might come across a little intimidating. So maybe people don't approach you the way they would, so that's why I'm saying you need to go out and make yourself available and take action. Yeah. Alright guys, well, look at me doing short and sweet readings here. Like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.